Is the camera world already reaching its peak, or am I just becoming less picky about new camera? Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's video. Today I want to share why I am no longer that excited about new camera releases, and I'm not trying to offend anybody in this video. I'm simply just sharing my own personal thoughts and opinions, but hopefully this can resonate with you as well. And as we go along with the points that I want to share in today's video, please feel free to share your own thoughts and opinions as well. Don't be afraid to disagree with me. Let's have some different opinions regarding this topic. So yeah, camera release news, camera reviews. I got really excited about them around 2014. This was my transition period between using Canon DSLR to Micro Four Thirds. So naturally I want to learn more about Micro Four Thirds. I watch lots of videos about Micro Four Thirds and read lots of articles about Micro Four Thirds. And yeah, that was a really great period for consuming camera news and camera reviews. One reviewer that really stands out for me personally is the late David Thorp. He's brilliant, and he's the one that got me into Micro Four Thirds. And yeah, it was just amazing. Not only he did very competent camera and lens review, he also combined it with really great storytelling elements and also great journalistic kind of style in his presentation, and that makes his reviews very fun, very engaging, and very satisfying, and makes you crave for more. And yeah, that was really great. That was the time where I was really excited about camera news and camera reviews. And naturally, when I start to build my Micro Four Thirds collection, I become more addicted with watching camera reviews and camera release news. That was really the golden period for me. And then I started my Micro Four Thirds journey, starting with the GX7 Panasonic Lumix camera and also the Olympus APS-C. Those two were really awesome cameras. They were really groundbreaking, and they solved some problems that people are currently having. They want smaller cameras that are still very competent and can produce a significantly better result compared to smartphone. And yeah, they're not the first ones, but at that time they are one of the answers to that issue. Then I continued my journey with the GX8. This is a more competent version of the GX7, although it is much larger. This is almost like an all-in-one camera. 4K recording, fully articulating screen, weather sealing, great manual control, great ergonomics, all that kind of stuff. It is available in the GX8. I continued my journey with the LX100. It solves a different problem. People started to want a compact camera but with Micro Four Thirds sensor and a very competent lens. Here it goes. It has 4K recording, it has great manual control. Yeah, another problem's being solved. I continued my journey with the G85, another monster all-in-one camera, weather sealing, it has microphone jack, in-body stabilizer that works in video, fully articulating screen, excellent manual control and ergonomics. And I continued my journey with the GX85, another problems being solved. A mini version of the G85 minus some video features and microphone jack and weather sealing. A very competent camera and also a great travel EDC camera as well. Another problem solved. And then I got curious and I started to go into the smaller route with the Lumix GF9 or GX850 right here. Very minimalist, very compact, very lightweight, but still very competent. So this is a perfect example of a great travel camera. I continued my journey with the G100. It's not here right now. I pack it for an upcoming trip, but another great camera, very competent. It solves so many problems and it is just overall a great camera. I hope that you can start to catch the theme right here. problem solving. When these cameras are being released, they are released to solve some problems, to overcome some challenges that photographers are facing, whether it's in-body stabilizer for video and photography, or the smaller form factor, or just combining some features together into one camera body, or some other things. But the key theme that I want to emphasize is these cameras solve problems. Now, while these cameras were solving real problems back when they were released, I feel like the story is a little bit different nowadays with new cameras being released. I think these newer cameras that are being released right now in this era are not really solving any significant problems. They feel more like just a refresh, not really a significant update from their predecessor. I'm not going to name any names or point out to any manufacturers in this video. I don't want to offend anybody, but I think you know what I mean. Some of these cameras that are being released are very similar to the previous one, with the exception of slightly better autofocus, slightly more megapixel, slightly more better dynamic range, slightly better stabilization, slightly better this, slightly better that. I mean, it happens so often that it becomes very recognizable. You already see this pattern too many times, and I think this is the reason why right now I'm not really that excited about camera news or camera reviews anymore. We've already seen everything. Like, I think that the golden era of camera development was already past, behind us. 10 years ago, these cameras were solving those real problems. Nowadays, it's no longer problems that they were solving, but they're just trying to make a new refresh. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that this is not a good thing. Sometimes a refresh is still a great thing. You know, the camera market still needs to go. Maybe new people are interested in photography, and when they see these cameras, it inspires them, and they started to pick up this camera, and photography becomes their hobby, and it becomes life-changing, all that stuff. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's just that for me personally, it's not really that exciting anymore, especially knowing what these cameras from the past already did. I mean, they're not that much different in my opinion. Now let's switch perspective. Before, we were talking from the perspective of camera manufacturers developing new cameras, making new models to replace the older ones with better features, all that kind of stuff. Are they solving problems, or are they just a refresh, an incremental upgrade? Now I want to switch perspective to my own personal relationship with my camera gear, and also ultimately my own personal relationship with photography. Back then, I believed that photography is all about capturing the best photo possible, the most perfect image quality, the most perfect resolution, the most perfect dynamic range. I want to be able to capture the best of the best. And with that mindset, gear really matters a lot. I want new cameras, I want new lenses in order to be able to create these better photos. And yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. And at that time, that was what I consider fun, and what I also consider to be the best form of doing photography. But nowadays, my relationship with photography changed. Instead of chasing this technical specification, now I treat photography more as a form of entertainment, meaning that I want to have fun when I'm doing photography. I want to treat it almost like a replacement to scrolling in social media, as a replacement to play video games, and also as a replacement to watching movies. This is another fun activity that I can do, and I want to make sure that I enjoy doing it. And that means rather than focusing on the gear, now I focus on how to become more creative, How can I make photography more enjoyable, more satisfying? How can I work with the limitation of my gear to create interesting photos? How can I apply interesting compositional techniques in order to create better photos? That kind of stuff. This is so inspiring. This is so fun. This is so enjoyable that I started to care less about the camera gear. And that's also the point where I started to realize that I'm no longer excited reading the news about new camera release or watching videos about camera release or camera reviews. I started to become like, oh, okay, that's great, that's a new camera, always a nice stuff, but I don't think I need it. My camera is already competent. I'm already having so much fun with my camera. My camera now matter less. What I prioritize more is how I can come up with vision, how I can become more creative when I'm capturing photos, that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, gear still matter. If your gear is not competent, if it is actually an obstacle between you and your photo, then it's not going to be a good thing. But up to a certain degree, if the camera is more than competent enough, you can start to have fun with photography and you no longer need to care about the gear. Anyway, enough about me. That's all of what I want to share today, why I'm not really interested about new camera release or camera reviews in general. Well, sometimes I still get excited about them, especially if a camera or a lens really resonates with me. But for most of the time, they're just incremental upgrades. And anyway, I focus more on having fun with photography nowadays, so new gear isn't really my priority. But yeah, share your own thoughts and opinions about this matter. What do you think about camera reviews? What do you think about new camera release? Are you still enjoying them or are you in the same camp as me? Please share down below your thoughts and opinions. Maybe you have some different perspective on this matter. Share it also. Don't be afraid to disagree with me. Let's learn from one another. I always enjoy reading your comments. But that's all for today's video. Don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my work even further, which I will deeply appreciate, you can always join my Patreon membership. You can check out my latest travel photography video course called Simplifying Travel Photography. You can also check out the affiliate links on the description below or use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you very much and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.